Okay. All right, so we came on down through the shaft, and we're going to be heading off in this direction down through that upstart. And this is going to be back where Mr. Box is and beyond for the next 1,000 feet. We have never explored this section of this mine here. Supposedly, these workings, they go back to about 1910, 1912, and then they were restarted again on this side of this massive underground mine complex back in the 20s for a period of 5 or 6 years or so. So anyway, like I said, this is as close as you can get to a coal mine without being in one. So, all right. Okay, so we're going to be dropping down through this upstart, and they did a lot of these for airflow, air ventilation, cross ventilation between these work headers, passageways. And Mr. Box, he's back over there. You can see how low the ceiling is, and right where he's walking is where they had the minecart tracks and the rails. So right there you can see some of the drill marks. They were drilling from down here. They were drilling up right there. So all right, hopefully I can use my other camera. Right now it's fogged up with the temperature change in here, so I'll try to see if I can use the other camera later on. Okay. Okay, just drop down and
It's got a carbide lamp.
Well, there you go. Mr. Box said he just found the remains of a carbide lamp.
Carbide lamp and a shovel.
Yeah. And you got the remains of the rail line, tramway rail line right here still intact. They didn't remove that. So it just goes, what we're going to do is just do a zigzag all the way near down to the bottom and work our way back up and across. And it'll probably take us several hours of doing this. So, all right, move on down there and see what Mr. Box has got. Well, Mr. Box came across remains of this carbide lamp right there. The bottom part was right there, and Mr. Box found the other section there. So it's in pretty good shape. We'll see about taking that out, maybe see if we can repair it and clean it up. Then you got miner's glove right here. And then right there you got the remains of a shovel. Maybe all from the same guy that was down in here. But anyway. All right, we're going to check that. Go a little bit further and check some more out on this section, this level. Okay, we crossed over into, we're on the same level, but we had to work around some piles. So you got this tramway line right here. They actually built it up right there. Rails are still intact. This drops down to another level. Got the remains of a bottle there. Could be Coke bottle, whiskey bottle, hard to say. Too bad it's not intact. So, never before explored this section, and it's huge. It runs for about nearly 1,000 feet. So it's about 1,000 feet down, 1,000 feet across. So it's a lot of acreage. Probably not going to be able to complete everything, but we'll give it our best shot. You can see they worked that area right up there, man. They picked it clean with that ore. Ore seams about 5 feet in most places. So, all right, I'll keep on going down. Keep on going this way, I mean. Okay, we've moved a couple of 100 feet further down. You see, it just disappears off into the darkness, about 1,000 feet distance. And so it's coming along, and actually found another carbide light, but this is a different make. The bottom of it is actually a little bit different. So it's just a different brand, but it was laying right there. So may
Pretty good shape.
yeah, clean that up. Put some Brasso on it after you clean it up. Maybe I can put a wick in and I'll fire it up at night. So, all right, good little find. We'll keep going on. Yeah, so, all right, made an attempt to use my other camera, and man, it's just that lens is just going to stay fogged up. So, we're going to use this. So, hopefully, that'll be okay. So, you still got the intact rail lines. We're nowhere near the end of this passageway / work header. So, all right, and let's look down into the next level. Mr. Boggs is somewhere behind me. So we'll keep pushing on forward. Okay, Mr. Boggs is behind me. He just signaled to me that he's dropping to the next level below, and he'll hook up with me further down. So all these passageways interconnect with upstarts. So not sure. This section was worked in the 20s, and many of the mines, ore mines, including the coal mines, they use drag scrapers to bring the ore and coal, especially for the coal mines, narrow coal seam, and they would just use a drag scraper that was on a rail, so with the cable attached to a cable hoist. So I'm not sure how they did it in here. Could have just been totally manual. So, but I say one thing, can't get a mule or horse in here, man. These guys had to push this stuff leaning over. So, all right, we'll keep moving forward. Okay, sitting down, taking a break right there. It drops into the lower level. Mr. Boggs is somewhere down there, paralleling me. And got the rail lines here. It looks like we're finally near the end up here, so that'll be good. It's every bit of 1,000 feet, man. So this is about the 5th or 6th shovel head that I've seen, and that wood right behind it is the remains of a dynamite box, maybe DuPont or something. And there's another shovel right back there. So I don't know if I've run across this many shovels in one section of a mine ever before. So anyway, all right, we're going to go down here to the end. All right, so finally have arrived at the end of this long passageway right here. They just hollowed this out, man. And that's the end of it, right there. For whatever reason, they didn't want to go any further. So, one big open space right here, man. So, what we're going to do is drop right down through that hole right there and continue on. Okay, so we're at the end here. You can look all the way down just using one light. It just disappears for about 700 feet down. Got a couple of shovels over there propped up. Mr. Boggs and I have just been taking a break here because we are at the end right there. That's the end of the rail line. And he's going to be working back where I came from. And I'm going to drop down to the next level. And we'll just keep doing that, paralleling each other all the way down, checking. We're going to try to do the best we can to check out as many of these as we can. So, all right, away we go. Okay, so working back in a different level, kind of like it's a grid pattern we're doing here. Mr. Boggs is up ahead of me on the next level. So I've come back opposite way about another 400 feet. right down below and keeps on going, or more passageways. And so that's looking back where it came from. Remains of wooden timber support, barely standing. But it's pretty impressive. These are some of the, I mean, just about every one of these that were going on, there's almost whole intact tramway rail line systems, tramway rail lines pretty much still in place. So, right there. Just couldn't even imagine the difficulty of putting these in place. Plus, underneath you can't even see, or your little cross ties, little timber cross ties. So, all right, looking down there, and we're going to keep moving back in this direction. Okay, dropped on down even further into another lower section. Just right now there was some obstruction, so just kind of zigzagging, if you want to call it. That's a look down into the next one and the one below it. And you've got the more rail lines, remains of what's left of them, the wooden timber supports right there. So we're just going to move down here just a short ways, and then probably may drop down right there. That's another upstart. But anyway, all right, I'm taking a break. I'm just taking a break right here. Mr. Box, he's doing the same thing, so we're separated. We're trying to cover as much space or area as possible. So we've kind of split up here. So we're just kind of zigzagging our way to the bottom as far as we can go to cover these, because each one of these passageways from one of the auxiliary slopes is almost 1,000 feet long. So, you got headroom right here. Some cases just 5-6 feet. Some cases 4 feet. And how in the world they did it. I did think they used some kind of a small drag scraper. So all that stuff's cleared out there. So this is just a guess, but anyway, he's covering that section down there, and that's a look back. So yeah, just taking a break, man, hydrating myself. So all right, get going in a minute. All right, Mr. Box is joined up, and right there. So we're at the end, but we're probably about 500, 600 feet further down. We're going to climb over this section right here, drop into the next one, and start working our way on back. But absolutely incredible how these guys did this, man. It's amazing when you see something like that. That's over 100 years old, 120, still there. So, all right. Haven't really been filming anything in sequence while I've been in here, just kind of filming here and there. But I wanted to come up here. This is the top of one of the interior haulage auxiliary slopes right here. So this right here is actually the wooden base for the hoist they had in here, electric hoist. And that led to the outside. That was a passageway, a long tunnel that connected with with a regular manway passage, and probably about another 200 plus more feet you'll be outside. But they actually had stairs to come down here, and I guess there's one or two guys came down here, and that's what they did. They stayed up here and operated this hoist right here. You can see Mr. Bosch's light is way down there. But this is probably going to be the last thing we check out before we go ahead and get out of this mine complex. So It's huge. If you don't know where you're going, you're going to get really, really lost in here. So, but anyway, that's a little piece of mining history right there. That is circa 1900 to 1910, right there. All right. Okay, we traverse back 1,000 feet to one of the auxiliary slopes. So we've done as much as we could with checking out some of the old work passageways and headers heading back this way and heading all the way up there. So, all right. So this is one of the interior auxiliary slopes. So take a break here and we'll work our way on down. Break time.